Donald Trump is being called a racist, so it's another day that ends in Y. But this time, it's because of the 4th of July, and on that Y day, he called for unity, liberty, and safety. So why is he the racist? Isn't Snoop Dogg the real racist? Let's find out next. I'm Katie Petrick, and this is Healthy Republic. Don't tell me white people are the only racists. I'm so beyond this patronizing belief that all white people and only white people are to blame for gall darn everything, and I know you are too. If you don't have that melanin in your skin, you're being told you are a racist. But since I judge people by their actions, let's begin by taking a look at the actions of a few guys from the 4th of July weekend. Those actions are of one Kelvin Cortazar Broadus Jr., aka Snoop Dogg, compared with the actions of Donald John Trump, aka the President of the United States. Snoop decided to put onto Instagram a photo featuring black conservatives, particularly those who have spoken out on this issue of race and who have met and actually had something positive to say about the president. This is the photo. It says, the Coon Bunch. Like the Brady Bunch, but racist. Ain't that some sort of special? In the photo, there's Candace Owens, the Hodge twins, Herman Cain, Diamond and Silk. Snoop even included a raccoon, whom he likely didn't realize is an intelligent animal.
Problem solving like this requires real brain power. But then raccoons are as smart as some monkeys, and research has shown they can even remember how to open different locks after more than a year.
So these coons that Snoop Dogg is talking about are thinking for themselves. And that's what he's so offended by. It's quite a leap there, Snoop Dogg. So close, and yet so far. Maybe Snoop should be back to calling himself Snoop Lion. Meanwhile, President Trump is the racist, and so are you if you are a white person living in 2020. Ignore the fact that Snoop Dogg raps things like this. And when they bang this in the club, baby, you got to get up. Thug, N-word I'm not allowed to say. Drug dealers, yeah, they giving it up. Low life, yo life, boy, we living it up. Taking chances while we dancing in the party, faux show. Slip my hoe a 44, and she got in the back door. B-word, looking at me, strange, but you know, I don't care. Step up in this MFers, just a swing in my hair. This has been reading hip-hop lyrics with someone who is not hip. Hip-hop.
Hip? Hip-hop? Hip-hop Anonymous? Damn you! You gave him the easy ones!
How ironic that the song was released on July 4th, 2000, exactly 20 years ago. So turning now to the racism that is President Trump, leading up to this year's 4th of July, the president announced he would visit Mount Rushmore. Promptly, CNN deemed both the holiday racist and Mount Rushmore as racist.
Kicking off the Independence Day weekend, President Trump will be at Mount Rushmore, where he'll be standing in front of a monument of 2 slave owners and on land wrestled away from Native Americans, told that be focusing on the effort to, quote, tear down our country's history.
Ah, yes, just 2 slave owners up there, nothing more, land stolen, slave owners, that's all to see here. And don't forget the scare quotes around Independence Day. See how scared CNN is to even say independence? They're just so journalistic. Also leading up to the 4th, the Democratic National Committee's official Twitter actually tweeted out that on Friday, July 3rd, President Trump would be holding a rally glorifying white supremacy at Mount Rushmore. Of course, they deleted the tweet afterward, but no, this is what the left views as a rally glorifying white supremacy at Mount Rushmore.
Our founders launched not only a revolution in government, but a revolution in the pursuit of justice, equality, liberty, and prosperity. No nation has done more to advance the human condition than the United States of America. And no people have done more to promote human progress than the citizens of our great nation.
Accurate.
They enshrined a divine truth that changed the world forever when they said, all men are created equal. These immortal words set in motion the unstoppable march of freedom.
Keep on keeping on.
Our founders boldly declared that we are all endowed with the same divine rights given us by our Creator in heaven, and that which God has given us, we will allow no one ever to take away, ever.
Amen.
Our nation is witnessing a merciless campaign to wipe out our history, defame our heroes, erase our values, and indoctrinate our children.
Bingo. What about any of that is inaccurate or glorifying white supremacy? Answer, nada. But remember, Orange Man bad. Okay, fine. Then let's listen to the previous president saying the same damn thing.
It's important to remember what a miracle this country is. How incredibly lucky we are that people generations ago were willing to take up arms and fight for our freedom. And then people inside this country understanding that there were imperfections in our union, were willing to keep on fighting on behalf of extending that freedom to all people and not just some.
I'm just over here with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. You know, just sipping on gin and juice, like Snoop. Now let's hear from Senator Tammy Duckworth. What say you about the president's speech?
I mean, his priorities are all wrong here. He should be talking about what we're going to do to overcome this pandemic. What are we going to do to push Russia back? And instead, he had no time for that. He spent all his time talking about dead traitors.
So that might be true, but George Washington, I don't think anybody would call him a traitor. And there are moves by some to remove statues of him. Is that a good idea?
I think we should listen to everybody.
That's bullshit. You just saw several clips. Trump did no such thing. And when the Asian American senator says we should listen to everybody, it means I agree that Washington should go, but I'm a politician and don't want to be held responsible. And that then is also CNN allowing insanity onto the airwaves. It's what they are known for. It's what they do. And if you dare step out of line with their narrative, you'll get called to the mat, like Don Lemon did with actor Terry Crews. The anchor black man was racist against the actor black man because the actor black man had the nerve to think for himself. Crews dare tweet, "Are all white people bad? No. Are all black people good? No. Knowing this reality, I stand on my decision to unite with good people, no matter the race, creed, or ideology. Given the number of threats against this decision, I also decide to die on this hill." You know, it must have been Scary Terry who took over regular Terry's tweet.
Oh, I love being Scary Terry. He says what regular Terry's thinking.
Yeah, you do, Terry. And then Crews was invited onto Don Lemon's show to discuss the backlash for that very truthful tweet. In the exchange, all Crews was trying to do was discuss the reality of Black Lives Matter and how the organization has an agenda that does not care about all the lives of all black people, especially the children, and the violence and death that has been bestowed upon them.
Boom! I'm already in your head.
As a defense mechanism, Donnie wouldn't let Crews speak because Lemonhead is basically a spokesperson for the Marxist organization.
But when you look at the organization, police brutality is not the only thing they're talking about.
I know that. I agree, but that's not what the Black Lives Matter movement is about, Terry. Black Lives Matter is about police brutality and about criminal justice. It's not about what happens in communities when it comes to crime, black on black crime. People who live near each other, black people, kill each other. Same as whites. 80-some% of white people are killed by white people. True. Because of proximity.
Very true.
It's the same thing with black people. That happens in every single neighborhood. But that doesn't, again, I'm not saying that's not important that those kids died, but it's a different movement.
Oh, Don Lemon, you little lemon head. At one point, Lemon felt the need to lecture Crews by making an absurd comparison.
Terry,
they want to kick you out.
You're a high-profile person. You're writing things out there. You know you're going to get backlash. You know people are going to respond to what you're saying on Twitter. So I don't think you should be surprised by that. I have a skin as tough as an armadillo because of what I do, and I think maybe you should adapt that.
Oh, really? armadillo. Don has provided some lemon drop tears over the years, or even just a few months ago.
That's why you're here, to talk about the president's address.
Can I finish now?
No, you can't, John, because we're here to talk about the president's. Wait, we're here. I don't want you to go on and deflect and talk about something else.
Racism exists, but to think that racism exists only with white people against black people is absurd. As absurd as Snoop Dogg, Don Lemon, and the rest of CNN, and all of the racist things they have said and done just this past week about people who are not of the low melanin. Rather than focusing on skin tone, focus on remembering that the 4th of July and every other day of the year allows you to be free because you are an American, and that includes all skin tones. Until next time, stay healthy, America.